I've never tried this, you guys, and again, technology, man, it ain't my thing at all. But I'll tell you what talking to spirit is. I am going to be really exercising my First Amendment right to speech today, and I will be speaking as a intuitive, I don't like to use the word psychic because we're all psychic. I just happen to be what's called a lifer in heaven. I have always understood my divine guidance, and I've always heard the man that we know as Jesus Christ Yeshua. I call him Jay. He has been my right-hand man or my main spirit guide all my life. I've seen him, I remember seeing his face the first time at 2.5 years of age, and I didn't have the words to explain it to my parents. I was also raised in an atheist household, so it was a little bit funny because my father would explain to me that I just had an overly active imagination, and that there was no such thing as heaven or hell, that when you died, you just went back to the earth and the worms would eat your body. And I gotta tell you, I started to think that hell's fire sounded a little bit better than the than the atheist interpretation I got from my dad. Anyway, I don't want to talk about me today. If you want to know more about who I am, because you're watching this now and seeing me for the first time and you don't know, my name is Abigail Noel, and you can go to abigailnoel.com, and my whole darn story is there. I had to learn how to build that damn website, so it's all there if you want more information. Today I would like to talk about the man named Prince, and I wouldn't believe this myself, but because I'm a show me kind of girl, I believe in the science of all of this, and the only reason that I know this information that I'm providing today is accurate is because I have been so accurate with the information, the evidentiary information that comes through. I'm going to say, please take it from your own head to your own heart. Please ask for validation when you hear my words, and then make a decision. Truth is never personal, and it doesn't, fire only burns if you're not walking in your truth. So with that said, let me kind of get back on track, and I think there's a lot of people out there who are already figuring out who is responsible for Prince's death. So Prince came to me. I knew it was his energy immediately. Communication was extremely clear. I called to validate all of this. Two good friends. The way that I'm asked by my guidance to work is to work with other friends. We have here in Memphis what's called the Radical Healing Portal, and you guys are all welcome. Please message me, anyone who wants to come to this. It's amazing because I watch people wake up and become psychic. Wow, it's amazing because again, you guys, you're all psychic. God wants to speak to everybody, not just some of us. That's a dumb damn idea. The day of the great psychic is over. It's over. You just got to clear to hear, stay in the moment, stop worrying about what the hell happened yesterday or what might or might not happen tomorrow. And I got to tell you, we need to get in the moment right now and stay in the moment because we have an election that's being purchased. It's being bought, and you guys are all being bought and sold. It is no longer for the people, by the people. Prince was going to expose this. When that plane went down the first time, full chills, thank you. Please ask for full chills, everyone who's listening. When that plane went down the first time, they put it in his food. He thought he got the Judas out the first time. He got the wrong dude. All right, that's what he's telling me to tell you. It was the bitch. There was a female presence in his house. They might even have got to someone in his family. I'm just going to leave it right there right now because they're bringing this through, but I'm going to ask for further validation. But this was a huge betrayal, but they got the plane down and they got him back. He had already told people that they were going to try and take him out. When he came to me, I'm going to back up for a moment and then go back to the story, but I brought all of this on Saturday evening to two of my sisters who are deeply connected to their own divine guidance, or psychic as we call it today. With that said, and we've got to change that, please. We've got to change that because saying psychic is like saying you're a human being, okay? And we're all empathic. We're all here to feel for each other. We are all one. And just connect to Prince for a moment and hear these words. I am he is me. We are all one. So please ask for your validation and ask just from a place of love for nothing more than the truth. Lovingly demand that we be told the truth, that you receive the truth from a loving God. Why wouldn't God want us to know what really happened? What happened that evening, he told me that at about 10:10, he went upstairs to go to bed. He told me that he was not a drug addict at all. that he treated his body like an absolute temple. He told me that he had a lemonade drink, and he sweetened it with pineapple juice. In fact, he was very specific about his diet and things being organic. I don't know the man. I don't know any of these details. I'm not a person that follows the news. I was told he went up to bed that night. It was put in this lemonade drink that he would drink. The pineapple juice had the enzymes in it. He would tell me it was good for digestion. Please ask for chills. He had the lemons. Lemon water is wonderful to drink. It cleanses the liver. It's oxygen in your cells. He had brought a big glass of that upstairs. He shows me himself working on his computer, taking notes. He was, again, what I said is he tells me he was going to come out. He tells me that he had only literally gone dark for a while in his public career. He'd had enough of the world, really, in a way, and he went dark on purpose. He told me that Barack and Michelle Obama have been working with Hollywood, what's called the Golden Circle, for years, since Chicago, that they have been feeding. They went inside. They had to play the game. That's what I was told. I can't believe what I'm saying, but what I'm told is they had to play the game. I'm even told that he had to put Hillary in there as Secretary of State. It was part of the deal, because you have to play the game to get in the White House. There's a combination of 3 different things. Also, the autopsy, and I just got chills. Please ask for it. The autopsy, it's a lie. It's falsified. There's something about the autopsy that's completely falsified. But my understanding is they used a combination of liquid cocaine, barbiturates, and morphine. They put it in his drink, and he went to bed. He went upstairs to bed about 10:10. He had gone to sleep a little bit before, gone to lay down a little bit before, about 11, actually showing me about 11:30, a little bit later, and he started feeling very sick and nauseous again. He knew what was going on immediately. He tried to get downstairs and wasn't able, so we all know the news reports at that point. He was found in his home, in his elevator at 9:40 in the morning, I believe is what I was told his time of death was about 12:33. There goes the train, and that's a validator for me right at that moment. So I'm told that he crossed at 12:33. That would have been on the 21st. Please ask for chills again. I said, please tell me some personal things about you that are fun, that I could validate somehow, that someone would know. And he said that he loved to play the harmonica, which was fun because so did my father, Richard. He also told me that he could play any instrument, that he was just musically a master, that he could pick anything up and play it. He told me that right now his motorcycle and his car, his favorite color was just this like really bright blue. And I think that's what both are. And man, that's what he told me. The Clinton administration knew that he was going to expose some very, very, very serious stuff regarding Hillary and what she's doing and who she really is. And my understanding is they knew that he was going to do this. He was going to use his fame. That's why he had gone dark for so long. Not only that, but he was tired of the world. He didn't really care so much about crossing. And I'll tell you, heaven is a wonderful place to go, whatever your definition of heaven is. It's beautiful. And I know he's in a better place and in better hands. That I know for sure. We will miss him here, though, dearly. What he's upset about is that he didn't get to finish what he started. Basically, he's telling me right now to tell you, please ask for validation. He already knew at some point he would die in this process. He was going to unveil all of this July 17th. He gives me the date very clearly. Please ask for chills, everybody. Ask for validation. He was going to expose it July 17th. He wanted to wait until close to the fall so that she couldn't have a chance to get back up or make it look like it was somebody else's gig. When what I'm told is that she literally creates the problems and then goes in like Superman and fixes them. The whole thing's rigged, and she is buying her way into that office. I would ask the audience, everyone who's listening, to ask for full chills, but I believe that there was two people that there's a big betrayal piece here. Inside, and I'm getting chills. Thank you, full chills. And I also feel like there may be a family member involved in providing information. This is a follow-up. I'm in a much different place, and tonight I've got my stacks of notes here. I've done my best to organize, but there's so much that I want to say. This is the fourth video I've done. I've just released the first one out to YouTube, and I will be releasing parts of the others to YouTube as well. What I want to explain first tonight is a little bit of the science of being what people call psychic. And I want to first say that, and we will get to Prince because there is some very new stuff, and I am going to call out names, man, just very specific things and names, because as it works, and I'll be explaining little bits, sort of interweaving some teaching through the discussion tonight, and we will be talking about a number of things, just who killed Prince, what happened that evening in detail, and we'll be going over some evidentiary facts. That means information that I heard and brought through from the man we know as Prince. And he came, and as many of you know who are watching here tonight, I have worked as an intuitive therapist. I don't care for the word psychic, because we are all psychic if we choose to be. And I will talk more about the science of that. But I have been walking with the soul expression of Prince, and he has been with me since really Friday the 23rd, but I was very aware of his presence and why he was with me and with in my energetic field, and why he will be staying within my energetic field. But please, on this simple note, everyone listening, guys, everybody has the ability to be psychic, and science now supports what I am saying. It says it's true. Everyone has a hypothalamus. Go ahead and tap it. Tapping is real. Tap the top of your head. Picture purple. Breathe in deeply. Now some green, blowing it out. Beautiful heart chakra, because I want you to take everything that you hear tonight from me, from your head to your heart. I want you to ask for God, whatever that definition is to you, whatever God is to you. To me, God is love, mama and daddy love. And I want full validation and nothing more than the truth. I have nothing personal in this, and so please, as you listen to this broadcast, if everybody could do that one thing, just come from an objective place of love. Just ask for the truth. That's all we want. And I'm going to segue a little bit there. I'm doing this because love to you too, because my guidance asked me to, not because Abigail wanted to. That is for sure. The last thing I ever wanted to do was come on Facebook Live and start talking to everybody about how Hillary Clinton had Prince killed, and we will get into that more. If it's the first time you are hearing this, guys, then I'm sure it comes as quite a shock, because it came as quite a shock to me too. I will tell you, I have not watched the news. I was asked not to for almost 10 years now. I have done my best to stay out of that nasty bullshit, nasty, stinky mess that we have made. It's a two-party joke that is controlled. Your vote is no more, guys. For the people, by the people does no longer exist. You have given away your power. You gave away your power because you keep asking for assistance from a broken system. Going into the science, guys, you've got a hypothalamus. You have nerves and you have hair. Please ask for heaven shivers. Please ask to get spontaneous chills. Quantum science will tell you that you cannot do that. The mind has to conjure. You have to feel either hot or cold. So as I am speaking and you're hearing these words, all you have to do is ask your higher self. And please go back. It's archived. It's on Out of the Box Radio with Christine Blossdale. You can catch that on YouTube. You can catch it on my Facebook page, and it is also Facebook Live. I came out and brought it out on Wednesday. He came to me, Prince channeled to me Saturday the 24th. Told me he was going to come out politically. No, Prince was not for either, just like I am. And yes, he walked with Jehovah, whatever you want to, I call him Abba, Father God, Daddy. I walk with him as well. And when you really walk side by side, then no, you will not be called into any box with any symbol, and you will not be called to vote, because you don't believe in the damn illusion. But what you do believe in is freedom, and for the people, by the people. And that freedom had been taken from him by the record labels a long time ago, which, by the way, the Illuminati is running. And if you want to know who runs the Illuminati, Hillary! They call you the crow in heaven. The crow. Hillary Clinton killed Prince Rogers Nelson. Infinite love and gratitude. Hillary Clinton is responsible. Hillary Clinton is responsible for the death of many people. Hillary Clinton has been accepting, and other people too, but they have my focus right there on those two Clintons, man. Hello, guys. Bill and Hillary. I don't watch the news. I have someone telling me Obama's supporting them. I don't know. I think that was probably written in the deal. Here, you're going to be president, because everyone makes a deal. The Illuminati is running the show. Who's the Illuminati? The most powerful people in the world. What do they want? They want the poor people, the hungry people, the sick people, and the stupid people off the planet. They're poisoning your food. The government has created cancer, and they created Big Pharma. And Hillary and Bill collect money from both places. That's so funny. You have real estate agents that get in trouble for less. So what happens is when Prince's energy came through on Saturday, they raised my DMT levels. They leave me there for 3 days. It doesn't always have to be 3 days. That's what happened this time. And I was told to broadcast and make public my channeling, something I've never done before. It's always been done privately. And I went ahead and did it. I thought stand-up comedy was scary. Oh, good God. It was the scariest thing I've ever done and the scariest fear wall I've ever walked through. And now, guess what? Hillary, Bill, there's nothing scary left. So there's only one thing worse than a viper, Hillary, because you're the viper, babe, and that's me, someone who's not scared of you. So with that said, I'm going to keep talking and loudly. I'm going to do this all the time. And hey, Ray and Jewel Roberts and Prince's sister, what's her name? Tyka or Tycho or Building Blocks. Sorry, I know I'm an asshole sometimes. But yeah, it's Hillary. It's a triad. He shows me three females that are responsible. And the sister got to his cooks, Ray and Jewel. They were going broke, is what I'm told. They were going to lose their business. Prince had overextended himself. They were paid far more than they really needed to be. And in fact, he told me that he even gave extra money for like birthday parties and extra things for their children's education. He was that type of person. And you'll see that from different things I've watched. So all of this has been validated when I get this detailed information that he asked. She was one of the last people to see him that evening, actually. She was at the house when he got home from Walgreens, is my understanding. And why will I give these detailed information? Because I know it's true. I know it's true. And here's what I know is true, is that on Saturday, and this is fully validated, I have tons of witnesses, not to mention, you can see that all of this information was recorded way before the Associated Press interviewed you and your husband, Jewel and Ray and Jewel. Roberts, way before your Ray Robert was interviewed by the Associated Press, I released my channeled reading, where Prince explained to me that he personally asked you, Jewel, to make the lemon water sweetened with pineapple and pineapple juice that you left in the refrigerator for him. He explained to me that he didn't have anything to eat for hours, that he didn't have dinner that night, and then your husband so kindly validated that. Please ask for full chills on this, guys, as I'm talking, but I was told that Prince asked her to make him this juice that evening, and it was one of the last things that she did that night before she left. He told me that he asked her to make this mixture for him. He then explained to me, as I said, that he didn't have dinner that night. And Ray Roberts was interviewed by the Associated Press. What I'm told is that somebody high up somewhere in the political race or agenda campaign or our government somewhere asked the Associated Press to please validate this crazy woman her reading and whatever these statements she's making, because she's accusing Hillary of doing all this stuff, and she says that she get da-da-da-da. And so they went and interviewed the Roberts, and the Roberts were just kind enough to validate everything that I said. Yes, in fact, in my reading, and Christine, I got validation for this, and Christine Blosdale will validate for me, because she's a witness to this. So is my very good friend Cams from California. They were on the phone with me Saturday when I did the first reading, when none of this had been released. Nothing had been released, no autopsy, no news reports. They didn't know if it was murder, overdose, all this speculation was flying. And I said he didn't eat dinner. He asked his cook, a female, to make him some juice, lemon juice, no sugar, sweetened with pineapple, because pineapple was good for his digestion. It was a good tonic to drink before you went to bed. Lemon juice brings oxygen to the cells, and it cleanses the liver. Full chills. Indeed, they did, Becky. We're going to get these rascals, aren't we? Hey, Ray, Jules, you might as well turn them in, because right now you can make a deal. You can make a deal. Go get in some protective custody. I'd think about your children and your babies right now. That's what Prince wants me to tell you. That's where he's most disappointed in you, and you'll know what I'm saying is true. He thought you were wonderful parents. What happened is you guys are losing your business. You thought he was an elitist. You thought he was an arrogant ass, actually. And you didn't like all his religious mumbo-jumbo and the fact that you couldn't bring any meat in the house. You thought he was an elitist. And he's asking me to ask you, like, don't you understand that he could feel you? And that's why you sort of knew that he was probably going to let you go next, because he was trying to figure out just exactly where the cockroaches were. And if you guys, if you want to wonder, like, if you don't believe all this, well, then how come he hid all his music? How come? Go ahead and look. And what I'm going to tell you is he has his own record label. He has people that will be releasing his music for him. And the music's going to go to a foundation, and his charity. And guess what else? Hillary. The book's going to come out, and please, I hope the judge is listening. There is a will, but they keep playing the song, drop a bomb on me, baby, baby. He's going to drop a bomb on you. Somebody is. It does take, when a soul energy comes to you, a new energy, and especially when there was this much power behind it. He's a very powerful, as powerful as he was in life. Good God, he's got 10 times 10 that on the other side. So Hillary, you better look out. And what's happening is the world's waking up. The vibration is rising, and these new generations of kids, they're going to be hearing God, whatever that looks like to them, whatever their definition is. They're going to be tapping into. We have great minds throughout history: Tesla, Einstein, Carl Jung, amazing, and so many more who talked about the collective conscious and tapping in. We know this. Musicians have been talking about it for aeons, and these are our great prophets. Father God said to me one time, sweetheart, I send you great prophets to speak and sing and preach of love, and you kill them all. You kill them all. And I got to tell you, what I feel like I'm reporting to you guys tonight just sounds so out there and far-fetched. But then when I start to break it down, no, it doesn't. We have a country that's broke. We have a country that can't afford to feed their people cake even at this point. And wow, the music industry, it's the richest industry in the world. These musicians make so much money. My understanding, and please ask for Chills, Clinton Cash is a must read. Yes, please go to Clinton Cash, support the book. You'll find out that the Clinton the Clinton Foundation, the biggest amount of money, the biggest source of money they get is from the United Arab Emirates. Hillary and Bill have been receiving money from Big Pharma, Monsanto, and Big Oil for forever. And then, yeah, just Bush? Yeah, absolutely. But isn't it funny, we only pointed the finger over there, and we put the devil in the White House before that. And then we all pointed the black man because he's a Muslim. Oh, no, he must be the devil. No, he's not the devil at all, but they made him get in bed with the devil, because that was part of the deal for him to get in the house. And I'm going to speak it again. Our government has been stealing from the music industry for years. Our government is behind the Illuminati, not our current ones. They're undercover. And I am told that Barack and Michelle have been siphoning and funneling information to Hollywood for years since Chicago. That's why they were all behind him. Thank you, Hollywood, the brave ones, the ones that God says, Abba says, Yeshua says, that Prince says are inside the circle, the golden circle. Thank you for your bravery. And I'm going to ask you please to come forward. I don't know what your plan is. And if you can't come forward, and please understand, folks, why they can't come forward. Do you remember what happened to the Dixie Chicks? Do you remember what happened to the Dixie Chicks? Infinite love and gratitude. We turn on people. The people of this country, we have so much judgment. We turn on people. We love them one minute and we hate them the next just because we don't agree with them. We do that to our own friends and family. Can we please stop? We don't have to agree with one another to love one another. You don't have to agree with an artist to love their music. You don't have to agree with somebody politically to go watch their movie. Can we just set our differences aside and realize that if we do that, we will all find out that we are not so different, that we are truly one heart and one body? You are not your mind. This is part of the Iron Man suit, guys. This is the programmer. It's programming. Now, what are you going to do? Let outside sources program it, or are you going to let your heart, which was intended, the seat of the soul, tell this what to do? It is your heart that should bow, your head that should bow to your heart, not the other way around. How do you know if it's your heart? Woo, because it's going to be something you almost surely didn't know before. And it's going to lead you straight into your fears, your deepest emotional fears. It's going to ask you to do things you've never done before. You will only find your destiny in that fear. Full chills. Again, though, tonight I will be recapping events that happened during the 10 hours, about 10 p.m. at night, and actually a little bit before that on the night that Prince crossed, on the night that he was murdered, and then between the time that he was found at around 10 again in the morning. So some unusual events, and I will be going over more of the details when I work or when I'm asked, because I do not ask for these cases, nor do I look for spirits, nor clients, for that matter, to work for. I was always asked by my guidance to allow my guides to bring to me the people that I was supposed to work with in body and out. And that is what I've always done my best to do. And so, again, I did not look for this case. The spirit of Prince Rogers Nelson came to me on Saturday, May 24th, and his soul essence will remain with me, I'm told, until whatever he needs me to do is completed. And I honestly don't know exactly what that is, except that I stay in the moment and I listen. I do the best to listen on a daily basis to him and to the rest of my team, and to respond and do what I'm asked. So I'm again stepping outside of my box. We do have free will and we have free choice, and things happen. When there's injustice done at those times, then God, who is love, whatever your definition of God is, the great collective, the great beyond, he and she, mom and daddy love, as I call him, can intervene. And the spirit of Prince Rogers Nelson is talking to many, many people, and we all know that. And I would like all those people to continue coming forward, because your support, your stories, and your validations have been incredible. And I'm going to share that somebody sent me an email, and they told me about a dream that they had, and the dream that they were describing validated information that I hadn't really revealed. They wouldn't have known at that time, and that was such a great validation for me that the information I'm receiving regarding Prince Rogers Nelson and his murder is accurate. And that's all I want. I just want the truth, and I want it to be validated. So, what I wanted to say is that when I work on something like this, the information, I get up daily, and just like an investigator on the ground, I work with the soul essence of Prince, and I work with my team, my heavenly guidance. My right-hand man is Christ Yeshua. I call him Jay. And then I work with Mom and Daddy Love, as I call them. and lots of other people. Like literally, you can work with any ascended master on the other side that you want to choose. So if you want to solve a math problem, ask for Einstein, but he's going to tell you the answer is always C. He's got a great sense of humor, and that's really a true story. He showed up one day in a reading that I had, and I was joking around with him. I said, "What's the answer?" And he said, "It's always C." And I just started laughing because I got it. It was pretty cute. So really, you can talk to anyone. We were never meant to be disconnected. There are no such thing as psychics. We are all psychic if you choose to trust. So as you move through this process tonight, the information that you are hearing, please ask from your heart. Please be open to the idea that maybe you don't know. And that's what I do. Believe me, man, I had no idea that the man, Prince, was going to show up and ask me to assist in this way. And again, there are other people hearing him. And please come forward. Please come forward as a witness so that we can validate the information that's coming through, because I've had so many people send me messages that say, "Thank you for validating this. I was so afraid to come forward and say this, but man, I thought it was his cook too." I thought he told me it was his cook, and he told me that it was a woman who prepared food for him. He told me that. And we'll get into more of that later. And yes, I will call out names. It's because it needs to be done. And it's all I'm going to say is I just have 8 years bringing through evidentiary information in sessions, and the world is waking up. And people aren't going to be able to get away with what they've gotten away with before, because we're going to start hearing. I ask questions that maybe I didn't ask before, and I'm given, and more things are revealed. When I say this, it's just true. Working with this kind of energy is difficult. It took me a week just to get used to it and kind of ground down with the energy. And also it took me that long just to get my courage up to be able to do this. I'm a very shy person. And I am accusing Hillary Clinton of being responsible for the death of Prince. I'm gonna say there are 3 women involved, and we'll just get there now, and then I'll go back to the message. But it's Hillary Clinton, it's his sister, and it's the woman Jewel Roberts. I guess his sister's name is Tyka, I believe. In fact, I even have channeled information. Another channel. She's a beautiful channel, and I have been, honored to witness her accuracy and her automatic writing. She's not even conscious when she does this, and she told me that Prince called it his like white sister, his lighter sister. That's what he called her, my lighter sister. And she wrote that channeled, and I knew exactly what he meant, and we all know what he meant. Hillary Clinton is pulling the strings, and we'll talk about why. And I think everybody kind of knows. We've gone over it before. Because she and Bill Clinton have been making money off Big Pharma. And the United Arab Emirates, which is part of the One World Triadic Order. But guys, don't get so excited. Your country has not been telling you the truth. It's the U.S., Russia, and the United Arab Emirates. They'd like to see a one world order because we just can't afford to feed all these people. We just can't. And I'll get into more of that later because it's in here. Now, not to toot my own horn, but let's just state some facts. On Saturday, the 24th, Prince Rogers Nelson spirit came to me. I validated that with Christine Blosdale, the producer of KFPK Radio, and another beautiful psychic channel and intuitive who knows that she is working with divine guidance and with God to bring truth through. And we validated that we had Prince Rogers Nelson, and on that evening, he told me that he did not eat any dinner that night, that he didn't trust the dinner that was in his refrigerator. I have full chills. Please ask for them. He told me he didn't trust it. He looked at it and he knew not to eat it. He told me the last thing that he did was that he asked Jewel Roberts. He hired Ray and Jewel Roberts. They were his chefs. He asked Jewel Roberts to make him the lemon juice sweetened with pineapple that he liked to drink, a tonic that is good for digesting. My understanding is that Prince suspected that they may be poisoning him because he just wasn't feeling well. And I'm told they were putting small bits of arsenic, small bits of arsenic in his food, and he started suspecting his cooks. He didn't think it could possibly be them for the longest time. He just didn't think they'd do something like that. He thought they were wonderful parents. With that said, one of the last things he did was ask Jewel Roberts to make him the pineapple and lemon juice, and he watched her make it. As crazy as this sounds, guys, I just bring through what I'm shown. When she leans over and puts it in the refrigerator, and my understanding is it's in a glass container, a glass pitcher, she pours in the dose, and I'm told it was a very, very strong dose. A very strong dose. And then think about this, he pretty much had an empty stomach because he didn't eat the food that was in there. I'm told that about 10:10 he went to bed. And I'm told he went upstairs to his room. Please ask for chills. I see mostly white. I mean, I'll just tell you what comes through, white bedding. My understanding is he had his a laptop, I believe it's an Apple, with him. He tells me that he made several phone calls and correspondence that evening. I'm told that a little bit before midnight he decided to, and he read a book that night also. I'm getting chills. He wanted to remind me of the book. He also showed me today for the first time that he used reading glasses. And my understanding is that he finished the glass of, I'm getting some emotion. He finished the glass of poison. He just told me to call it. And the pills were planted, the Percocet was planted. What they used in the drink was liquid cocaine, morphine, and opiates. It was a clear liquid that she dumped into the juice, and it was a lot. I mean, it was a lot. When he started getting sick, he knew there was no way. A lot of people say, and that is a lie, I don't know, but some people have said supposedly that some drug counselor was called to rush over to his house for some emergency. Liar, liar, pants on fire. Everybody ask for chills. I just got him. Please ask for chills. Liar, liar, pants on fire. Shame on you, because the people are waking up and you're not going to be able to continue lying. Anyone who's listening right now involved in this case that's lying, I'm going to stay on it, and I'm going to continue asking the public to come forward with their own psychic abilities. And I'm going to ask that the public please lovingly demand that God speak to you the same way that I hear, and louder. You just please be even better, and you hear even better than me, and we get justice for Prince. And this is not about the donkeys or the damn elephants. That two-party system is a joke. I am not registered to vote. I won't be voting, and he didn't care about it either. Everyone jumped on the bandwagon, guys. Oh, she's talking about the vote. Prince is... I know Prince wasn't about the vote. And we'll get to why it kind of is about the vote. It's about the vote because your vote has been stolen. Hillary's buying her way. She's trying to. But we're going to get her indicted, and I'm calling for a collective lawsuit. Why would Hillary Clinton want Prince dead? Well, guys, since way before, actually, but Ronald Reagan scared the hell out of him. That's the first time Washington realized that Hollywood could step in and take over their seat and flow gratitude. And the people love stars, and the stars were starting to get political. And this goes back, and I don't want to do all that tonight. Please watch the other stuff. I've talked about it before. Billie Holiday did not kill herself. They took her out for her music rights. What do you think Prince had been saying? He had slave written across his face. It's in his lyrics. You're all hearing it. I'm not going to do all the, you know, and those that are hearing this, please send me more of the messages, more of the validation. Everybody knows this. It's coming out. The Illuminati is real, but we need to get real, guys. And it's not the people in this country, but we need to get real. And I never believed in any of this until Prince showed up on Saturday, really. It wasn't that I believed or I didn't believe. I wasn't called to pay attention. I surrendered to the best of my abilities 6 years ago, my will. What I figured out at about 35 was the decisions I'd been making weren't getting me where I wanted to go. So I decided to ask a higher power for some instructions, and it started to work. It took a while, but it started to work. And now I hear very, very clearly. So what I'm going to go back to is why, because my understanding is that Prince was going to go public because he didn't really care. It wasn't about Democrats or Republicans. It was about the fact that he knew, and he'd been studying the chemtrails, and he was a big fan of Dick Gregory, and he knew that our government was poisoning us. I mean, come on, they created AIDS. They started it in Africa for population control because, you know, it's always a topic. It's a political topic. How much money did that president give to Africa? How much money did they give to Africa? Well, we're broke. We don't have any more money to give to Africa. So there's some people that actually believe that getting rid of people, kind of like Hillary, that's what I'm told. Literally, they showed me Hillary and Hitler. They were morphing them all day today. The whole day today. They're putting you on the train, all right, the Monsanto train, right to the cancer, you know, death camps. You know, where they send you, the death camps are the clinics that give you all that wonderful chemo and radiation. They don't tell you this, but that stuff kills more people than it saves. They only tell you about the ones it saves. Then they ask you to celebrate, wear pink ribbons, and donate money. Wow! Infinite love and gratitude. And guess what? The Clintons are the biggest receivers from both Big Pharma, for God's sake, and Monsanto. Now, I'm sorry, but there's a conflict of interest here. She needs to be indicted, not put in the Oval Office, and with respect. Please ask for full chills. Anyone out there who thought they were voting for Hillary because she was the lesser of the two evils? God, love, and truth are interchangeable. So you're going to put a liar and a murderer in office, and you all know she's responsible for the death of people? Come on, I haven't even watched the news in the last 10 years, and I know it. And we're waking up, guys. Everybody is empathetic. Tap into her heart and please feel how black it is. That's what happens when you have a woman who is resentful. I know she hates men, but I think she hates women too. I think she hates anyone that doesn't agree with her. Good God. Infinite love and gratitude. And she will do anything for power. You take a scorned woman and you give him power, you have a snake. That's what you have. And that is what we're about to put in the office. So with that said, I've got full chills a-rolling here. Thank you. This isn't personal. I don't know the woman. I just know the things she does have nothing to do with God, love, or truth. Infinite love and gratitude. Why did she want Prince dead? I'm going to tell you what I was told. And I'm going to put my neck out there to do it. The soul essence of Prince Rogers Nelson told me that he was going to expose. He was going to use his platform. He is loved around the world for being an inspiration. He was going to use his platform to get for the people, by the people. It wasn't political. It was to take down a corrupt government and to make sure that one world order didn't happen, because he knew it's true, and he knew that population control is real and that they are targeting the poor and the old, the stupid people, the people who don't contribute, the non-contributors, the ones that have their hands out and their mouths open like baby birds. Everybody is here to receive divine guidance. We were never meant to have free will and free choice without it. Everybody can be psychic. Everyone can use their senses to see, hear, feel God, as long as you are coming from a place of love from your heart and not from your head. This is part of your Iron Man suit. With that said, one of the messages I had, and it's real quick, is that there's a reason that the Army doesn't let deaf and dumb folks in. And by dumb, that's not what I mean. I mean people who can't see and hear. See, the Army can't have people that are deaf and dumb. What's wrong with the world? God has an army that's deaf and dumb. We're out there being the hands and feet, and we can be, but you can't be making your own damn decisions. Then you've just got people who are out there doing what they think God wants them to do. And I can tell you this and ask for chills, this was not anything I put on my list of things to do this week. I am doing as I'm asked. And just like the Army, I think they ask people to do a lot of things they don't want to do. The only difference between the USS Army and the Heavenly Army that I'm working for is Sorry guys, that's what happens when a phone call comes through. Thank you. Love and honor for your patience. No sorries. Love and honor for your patience. So with that said, I know that there will be a positive turnout working with this army. That's one thing that I know for sure when you're working with God's army, with love's army. So let's see, who killed Prince and why? I think we got it. He was going to expose things that would expose Hillary. It was not about an election. It was about a corrupt government. And what he told me was it was about for the people, by the people. That we need to take back our vote and understand that our government is corrupt and that they are killing us. They are literally using population control, and they are doing it with your insurance and big pharma. That's why Hillary has always been so interested in your health care. I'm going to keep going. This is what happened that night. So Hillary Clinton wanted him out. His sister was absolutely jealous. She has a sense of entitlement. I don't need to say any more. It's a whole lot of money. This also had to do with the record company, and yes, the Illuminati is real. Our government has been siphoning money from the music industry and Hollywood for years. I've talked about that on other episodes. You can go back and listen to them. What I want to talk about is, and we already did this, thank you. What I want to talk about, we've covered the three women. So we got the three women, right? Hillary. She worked through his sister, who's jealous and entitled. And then the cooks. They were about to lose everything, their business, and they thought he was an elitist ass, really. Which is really sad, because, and I've made this public, but my understanding is that he went above and beyond to help them and even gave them extra funds to help out with certain things with their kids, a birthday party, and it was even shown to me school. I think even like, it looks like a Montessori or a private school. And they were complaining about, not complaining, but expressing maybe some financial problems. And so it's my understanding, and hey, am I wrong? I don't know. I don't know, but I wasn't wrong about the lemonade, sweetened with pineapple juice, not sugar, and that was the only thing he ate. And the Associated Press interviewed Mr. Ray Roberts just a couple days ago, many days after I reported it as evidentiary, channeled information, meaning there's no way I could have known that unless I'm speaking to the soul essence of Prince, and I am. Ask for full chills, and you can as well. He's speaking to many of us because he did not die, and he's going to make sure that what he started out to do gets done. And I've talked about it on other broadcasts as well, but the book will come out. There is a will, and he's going to drop a bomb on everybody. With that said, that evening, he watched her make it. So he thought it was safe. He took a glass upstairs. He had things to do downstairs. He went upstairs to his bedroom at about 10:10. He made some phone calls. Please ask for full chill validation. Q, I love you. Please ask for full chill validation from God, who is love. For we just want truth. We're demanding the truth. We want to live in a state of freedom. To be free, you must have truth. Prince Rogers Nelson went upstairs about 10:10. He took the juice that he watched Jewel Roberts make. When she leaned to put it in the refrigerator, she dumped it in, and it was a clear liquid, and she dosed it high. They told me it was a very high dose. He was already starting not to trust her, which is why he hung out in the kitchen to watch. He asked her to make it. Again, he went to bed. He was doing work that night. He had his laptop out, is what I'm told. He had his cell phone. He'd made a couple calls and returned some correspondence. He put his, what I believe is an iPhone. I got chills on that, on his nightstand, which is to the left of him. He is by himself. He preferred it that way, is what he told me. I'm going to say it again, liar, liar, pants on fire, to whoever this drug counselor is that says you got an emergency phone call that Prince needed you, 911. Please, everyone, ask if that is not an outright lie, the same way the autopsy has been falsified, and we, the people, for Prince, are asking that another autopsy be done now. There are still tissue, blood, and hair samples. Do another autopsy. We are lovingly demanding that one be done, and we are also requesting that the ashes of Prince Rogers Nelson be delivered to a lab, a suitable lab, not one connected with the damn government, a private lab, that it may be made public what lab, and that his ashes be tested for arsenic, heavy metals, and other toxins. Please run another autopsy. Get that autopsy report to a doctor who's qualified. I'm being asked to recommend Dr. Kevin Sam Merigian. He is the best for this kind of stuff, and he will prove that the first one was falsified. That's what I'm told. Please ask for full chills. I'm also told today, and this is brand new, hot off the press, that it was Jewel Roberts, his chef, that also put the Percocet, placed it. It was planted in his house. And it's also my understanding, but I haven't even had time to check this, but they talk about him having pain in his hip. My understanding is, and I'm going to throw this out here, I haven't validated it at all. I don't know if this is accurate or not, but my understanding is that long-term small, like little bits of arsenic poisoning to make someone sick can affect the bones and can create bone deterioration. So I would love it if someone can check that out and validate it, because that just came in a little bit earlier this evening. In fact, Beck and Kels were here, and they were witness to that, yes, that when that information was coming through. Because what I do is I sit and I work with my team and with Prince, and I write, and I write, and I ask questions, and they explain to me. Like they explained to me, I asked, where did the juice go today, the lemonade sweetened with pineapple, and he told me that Ray Roberts dumped it down the drain. So I'm going to say it again, and I just got chills. Please, everyone, ask for chills. Awesome. Trace checking in. I have people online, and I want everyone listening, hearing me, everyone online is seeing what I am describing in their own mind's eye, because we are all one. We are all one. That third eye. Infinite love and gratitude. Isn't it funny that Prince would wear that? And that's exactly the communication he's using right now to get back at you guys. He's using that third eye. He was letting you all know that he was not going to die. His relationship with his Jehovah, his father Jehovah, Abba, who I call Daddy, was way stronger. See, guys, oh man, Hillary, Sinead, United Arab Emirates, Illuminati, and we don't even need to get into your damn names and faces. Top 25 richest. Zuckerman, you better stop playing around, dude. You better come on back to the people. We might have your back. Even though you sold us out to the government, and they're watching Facebook right now as a means. I'm telling you, it's a great way to solve cases. I use it for Lost Angel Project. You'd be surprised what dumbasses will put on there. I'm just out in the open. I don't care, because I absolutely do. And I was going to say the word, and I'm going to say it. I know what I'm speaking is true. Just the same way I knew that he didn't eat that night, and that he went to bed with a glass of lemon juice sweetened with pineapple. And that was validated. Thank you, Ray Roberts, again, for being so... just so kind in validating that so easily when the police, or when you were asked by the Associated Press. It wasn't the police, the Associated Press. Isn't it funny that the Associated Press have more information on this case, it seems like, than law enforcement? But in my 8 years of investigating cases, Lorenzen Wright, Desmond Moore, and other cases that are still not solved today because the police don't really care, to be quite honest. And they're understaffed on purpose. It's a great budget cut. Then what they do is they just tell them not to patrol the hood. You know, don't patrol the inner cities. Don't worry about it. Just let them kill each other. It's better. It's another form of population control. Check it, guys. Check it. And the government created cancer just like they created AIDS. The reports about the drug clinic responding to Prince's emergency call, needing counseling, is absolute crap. He was cremated very quickly. That was, his sister wanted to make sure, and what I'm told is that's because she didn't realize you could test the remains for arsenic and heavy metals. Let's see, and we already said that Ray dumped it down the drain, and that was validated by the Associated Press because Ray Roberts let the Associated Press know that he did go by the house the next day, and he checked on Prince's food and noticed that Prince didn't eat his dinner. And I just thought it was funny that that would be, like, why would that be something you would check? Like, Prince died, and I'm going to run to the refrigerator to see if he ate his dinner. So could please everyone kind of check in on that? Melissa, I love you. Could you guys, oh, Harold, I love you. With that said, can you guys kind of think about that for a minute? And this is the Associated Press. It's all out there. You can check it out. Look at the interview with the Associated Press and Ray Roberts. Why would that be the first place you'd go? Like, hi, Prince died. Oh my God, I have to go to the refrigerator and see if he ate his dinner? Take it from here to here. Take it from here to here. Don't take it from me. Ask if that makes any sense to you. Yeah, point. Thank you. We're getting full chills here in the room. Let's see. I did go over that. Several calls. He'd been reading a book that evening. They keep wanting me to bring that up. So I guess it can be validated. Somehow it'll come out. I want to, and I had a note here to remind people that I don't watch the news, I don't go online, I don't read any of this stuff. I rely completely on my channel and my team. I have this beautiful, wonderful group of individuals who have either come to me just as a client and or friend, or a fellow intuitive who has been awakened and who is hearing God speak, God who is love, God who is truth speak, and we work in what's called the Radical Healing Portal every Sunday. I do not rely on just myself. What I do is I write it all down and then I bring it to the group and we validate it as a group. It's powerful. I work with some of the clearest medium and channels on the planet. We don't like to use those terms. We are intuitives who understand that we are receiving guidance and truth from God to help others awaken and heal. I'm going to say it again. I work with some of the clearest, most medium. For 8 years, I've been watching people clear and awaken to their psychic abilities. For 8 years, I've had the honor, the divine honor of watching people wake up and hear God speak to them, and they change their lives. They believe them. It's just beautiful. And with that said, I work with the most amazing group of what the world would call psychics and channels, but we do not. We are intuitives who receive guidance and truth from God to help others awaken and heal. Please ask. You can be that too. This is what Jay said. Be his hands and feet. These and greater things you too shall do. So we are assisting Prince get his justice from the other side and get his message across. And anyone who believes it's true, please stay connected. Go to abigailnoel.com and get on my newsletter. It's right on the front page. Find me on Facebook. Stay connected.